What's up YouTube, Zazubaar here. So for the past few days now, I've been posting videos in which I went through the long history of the Godzilla suits, from 1954 to 2004. Let me just get out of the way how much fun it was to do videos like that. I know so much useless knowledge about Godzilla and the production that went into the films, and in these History of the Suits feature, I really got to let out some of that knowledge and share it with you guys. And I think that's the coolest thing about the internet and technology in general. Anyone who has something to say or share can do that without any publishing company or big money backing them. Sure, you need a computer, and they're not exactly cheap, but still. Anyway, basically what I'm saying is that it was a lot of fun doing the feature and sharing my useless knowledge with you guys. However, it ain't over till the fat lizard sings. I knew I wouldn't be done with this feature until I get one big sum up with my favorite suits getting the spotlight and the worst Godzilla suits getting the shitlight. So yes, I'm going to list my top 5 favorite Godzilla suits and my top 5 least favorite Godzilla suits. But before anything, let's thank the man who made this entire thing possible, Mr. E.G. Tsuburaya. How could I get away with doing a feature like this without first talking about the guy who really created Godzilla and several other famous movie monsters? E.G. Tsuburaya's work on the Godzilla series has earned him the respect and admiration of filmmakers and fans all around the world. He pioneered the use of rubber suits in Japan and convinced us that a 167-foot-tall monster destroyed Tokyo in 1954. He created new techniques like having a guy get into a suit and smash miniature buildings, that his effects department also built, by the way, and also employed several new camera techniques in order to keep the realism. However, we'll get to how he made this work in a bit. Quickly, I just want to mention some other films and TV shows that Tsuburaya also did his effects for. After Godzilla, he did the suitimation effects for other Toho monster movies like Rodan, Baron, and the Mysterians. All great monster and science fiction films, by the way. However, in the 60s, Tsuburaya made his own production company, simply called Tsuburaya Productions, and created the TV show Ultra Q, which later became Ultraman, which he is probably equally famous for creating as he is for Godzilla. E.G. Tsuburaya was without a doubt a pioneer to the special effects world, and led the way for several other filmmakers to become pop culture legends and create other monsters that would be characterized by suitimation, like Gamera and Gorgo. Now, I said before I'd talk a little bit about how he made this work. Okay, well basically the suits and miniatures would be built to scale with each other, and made so after the buildings were destroyed or blown up, they could be reassembled for another take. However, if just filmed normally, the suits would have looked exactly like what they are. Guys in giant suits with wires attached to them, crushing fake buildings. So what Tsuburaya and the DP did was film at low angles, use fast camera speed to make the monster look big and lumbering, and also rear projection and blue screens to film real actors in front of the larger scale monsters. So after that very necessary tribute to an effects master, let's move on to my top 5 favorite Godzilla suits. Coming in at number 5, we have the Miragoshi suit from Godzilla 2000 and Godzilla vs. Megaguirus. At number 4, we have the Burning or 1995 Godzilla from Godzilla vs. Destroya. At number 3, we have the 1989 suit from Godzilla vs. Biollante and Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah. At number 2, we have the Finaru Goji suit from Godzilla Final Wars. And at number 1, the most badass and epic Godzilla suit is the Kin Goji or 1962 Godzilla from King Kong vs. Godzilla. Awesome movie and an awesome suit. It's just a shame the same can't be said for King Kong's suit. Sorry I didn't go into detail about why each suit is awesome, but I've already gone into detail about each of these suits, so it'd be kind of redundant. Well, alright, now on to the Hall of Shame. Oh boy, the top 5 worst Godzilla suits. Well, at number 5 we have the Megaro Goshi suit, or the 73-75 Godzilla, which appeared in Godzilla vs. Megalon, Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla, and Terror of Mechagodzilla. At number 4, we have the Shoshingeki Goji, or 68-72 Godzilla, which appeared in Destroy All Monsters, Godzilla's Revenge, or All Monsters Attack, whichever you prefer, Godzilla vs. Hedorah, and finally, falling to bits in Godzilla vs. Gigan. At number 3, we have the 93 suit from Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla 2. I swear Godzilla had to go on Slim Fast for that movie. At number 2, we have the Gyakushu Goji, or 55 Counterattack Godzilla from Godzilla Raids Again. And well, he was just an anorexic Godzilla in that movie. Okay, and at number 1, I think you guys can all guess what Godzilla's worst hair, scale, and all-around face day was. The 1967 Musaku Goji from Son of Godzilla. That suit was ugly, cartoonish, and didn't even resemble Godzilla. Alright, well that's it for the history of the Godzilla suits feature. Thank you so much for sticking with me, and I hope you enjoyed and maybe learned a little something about the Big G's wardrobe. As I mentioned in the last video, it's sort of sad that we're not getting any more suits, and for years that's how Godzilla's been portrayed.